Well, good morning and welcome to the CBS AM debrief. It's, Tuesday, the 3rd of August. Just coming up on 9 AM here in the Sydney office. I'm David Combe, and well, we had a cracking start to the month of August in the US and European markets overnight, with all being forgiven, and the global economy and the rebound is seemingly back on. That saw stocks, oil, euro, all moved up very strongly. We'll go and have a look at what happened with the Dow here in a second. We also had European banks put in a very strong and better than expected quarterly report, and better manufacturing index numbers, and June construction spending out of the States also contributed to that good cheer. Let's bring up the numbers for the major indices, and Dow Jones just shy of 2%, and S&P 500 better still with plus 2.2%, and the Nasdaq up 1.8%. In Europe, some even better results, with the FTSE up 2.65%. The CAC's just shy of 3%, and the DAX 2.34%. Now to have a look at what we can expect in the Asia-Pacific region, with the Nikkei looking like an open about 120 points to the north, Hang Seng 451, and our S&P 200 looking to open around 64 points higher to 4,569. A quick wrap on what's happening with the major indices, with crude now trading at 79.17, up 0.22. That's the West Texas Intermediate, and coffee at 196.30, corn at 411.5, cotton at 78.88, oats at 291.75, and rough rice at $10.90. Soy broken through the $10 level to now be at $10.17.5, and sugar at $19.57 a pound, and wheat at 677.75. Wool $9.29 per kilo, and copper 335.70. Gold at $11.85.90, and silver at $18.17. Currency cross rates: Euros buying 1.3086 US dollars, pound is buying 1.5729, and the US dollar is buying 86.54.5 yen. Aussie's buying 91.01 US cents, and the US dollar is buying 1.0264 CAD and 1.0396 Swiss francs. We'll have a look at expectations for economic data for the day. And first, cab off the rank here is Reserve Bank announcement on rates decision. Of course, that's all expected to remain unchanged at 4.5%. That's due out this afternoon at 3:30. Then a little bit later on, we've got Swiss Consumer Price Index month on month and year on year for July. And then later this evening, US personal consumption expenditure, personal spending, and deflator and core data out around 11:30 PM our time. Let's take a look at some of the charts of some of the stuff we've been watching. And we are looking here at the gold chart. That's hourly, and certainly there's been some mixed feelings here in the office as to whether or not to be trading this to the upside or the downside, and I think the feeling has been pretty much 50-50 there. But certainly if we start to think in terms of inflation concerns, perhaps we could be looking at a place here to buy, and certainly over the last few days the trend has been upwards. Rough price, anyone that's been following the AM debrief would know we've been following this very closely. Had a very strong move up yesterday. Hopefully it'll hold on to those today, but certainly heading in the right direction. QBE, talked about this, I think it was on Friday, but I once talked about getting in at the $19 level, and would have been stopped out on that. Hopefully got it right this time, and 16, just above 16, we'll see how we go there. Tabcorp, that was the short, broke through this inner downward trend line. Still have a few clients that are in that position short. We'll see how we go there. Cotton, saw that, discussed that I think on Thursday or Friday. That's now broken out of this inner downward trend line, and that pennant formation there setting up quite nicely. Now to the euro, broken decisively through that 131 level, and perhaps a little bit more consolidation here, and we'll see what happens. Crude, again, decisively punched above the $80 level. I think if anyone saw Jonathan's week ahead report and also read his report that was released yesterday, if you're interested in getting a copy of that, you can give us a call here on the office and we'll send that out to you. But certainly figuring that there would be a break one way or to one side or the other, and clearly that's happened to the top side. Now for that NYMEX contract at $81.39. Okay, and we've looked at gold there. Just like to have a quick look at something here that we've been following here in the office for some time now, which is the vector-based system. I'm happy to explain this in greater length to anyone that's interested, but certainly we're seeing the analysis suggesting that we're getting into a somewhat bullish phase, so we get more comfortable with buying stocks. We can see here the calculations that are done on the buy-sell ratio. That's the ratio between what the system recommends as buys against sells and holds, and then across to what's called the color guard, which is a system that looks at the consistency and growth and safety of where we're at in the market. So a red indicator, so a little bit like a traffic light, set of traffic lights. We currently have 2 greens and a yellow, and combining that with the market timing indicator, which is just about to crest above that median line there, the red line, we can then make value calls on what stocks we want to buy. And just giving a quick look here at the top of the pick, which is Kingsgate Consolidated, and has been for some time, but we can certainly back test all this. And the system uses a variety of parameters, primarily value, safety and timing, which is the sort of universal indicator here, the VST. That gives Kingsgate the highest rating, as well as, or consequently, the recommendation to buy. And that's based on a number of parameters, including price to earnings ratio, dividend yield, consistency, and so on. Again, really interesting product. If you'd like to know more, give us a call in the office or send me an email. That's dc@commoditybroking.com.au. Move on now, and probably just about ready to finish up here, I think. I think that does it. As always, thanks for your attention, and we'll speak again very soon.